Hey everyone, I'm back and I want to talk about double standards. Yay! And no, this is not just all negative for women. A lot of double standards go both ways. People need to realize that. A lot of double standards mess with the men as well. So I have my little list here because I'm spacey today. I think one of the ones that bothers me and a lot of other people the most is if someone enjoys sex, and, because they enjoy it, they have what some would consider a lot of it, which just annoys me because it may not be a lot for them, Anyway, it's all in the perspective, but if someone enjoys sex and, so they just let themselves enjoy it and, they freely let themselves kind of enjoy that pleasure from life. If it's a man, then they're considered a manly man, and they're considered a ladies' man, and they're considered someone to be looked up to, almost like a role model of like what other men should try to be, because everybody wants advice from the guy who gets all the women. Like, all the guys want to be like him and he's revered and respected. But if a woman does that, then she's a whore or a slut or a hoe, and she's not worth anyone's time because she's just easy, or she's not a real lady. There's so many things that people have thrown out at women who enjoy sex, which is just crazy because, come on, you guys. It's 2013, and we're still acting like it's not okay for a woman to enjoy sex? Really? I think we should probably catch up with the times here. And that just really bothers me because, nobody scolds men for having sex with a lot of people, having a lot of partners, or just openly talking about sex even. Because when a man openly talks about sex, it's because it's almost like he's bragging, or, just like bragging about all his conquests and all his success and all this stuff with women. But if a woman openly talks about sex, then it's like some horrible thing, and like she must have no self-respect because no real lady would talk about sex like that with people in public. And no, come on, people. Obviously, a lot of people are going to have sex, and a lot of people are going to like it, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's sex, and being able to enjoy it and understand that you enjoy it has nothing to do with your gender or anything. Really. So, anyway, why am I blue? Okay, there it goes. What I want to talk about that has to do with men is, okay, if you show emotion of any sort, women may just be called feminine, or they may just be called sensitive, and it's sometimes used as an insult, but a lot of the time it's just used as saying that, it's okay if they get a little emotional because that's just part of who they are. But God forbid a man get emotional, then he's a pansy, and he's not manly, and he needs to grow a pair, and all this stuff. That's so not true, okay? Men are human beings just like women, and that means they are going to have emotions, and they're going to feel badly sometimes, and sometimes they're going to need a little coddling. Everybody needs coddling now and then, and there's nothing wrong with that. People just seem to forget that. There's nothing wrong with a man crying sometimes. There's nothing wrong with a man, getting upset. There's nothing wrong with a man needing reassurance. There's nothing wrong with anybody needing those things. It's just part of human nature. Another one that really bothers me is that if a man takes command of a situation, if he demands respect from people, if it's, his employees or his friends or whatever, if he's like that and he has that sort of overpowering presence, people call him a boss, and like a really good way. Like, oh, he's such a boss. He never takes crap from anybody. I mean, you just see him and you respect him. But if a woman does that, then she's just a bitch. Then she's just a haggard woman who just, oh, you know, they come up with all these reasons why she's like that. Like, she probably just hasn't gotten laid in too long, so now she's taking it out on all of us. No, she is just as ambitious and just as in need of respect and just as, you know, as boss-like as the man. I mean, there's really no difference. It's just, you know, because of her parts, you don't like it. You don't like hearing, you know, do this, do that from her. You don't like being told what to do because she's a woman, which is just really messed up. So if you feel like that every time a woman, you know, gives you directions, you really need to check yourself, like really badly. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, if they take command of their body, and this could be in like many forms, I mean, really, but when men take command of their body, it's considered responsible and respectable thing. Like, yeah, you know, you take care of your body and you take command of it, and you know, you let people know that you do those things. But if a woman steps out and says, okay, this is my body, I am comfortable, you know, being in porn, or, you know, not doing that, but even something as simple as taking photos of my underwear, you know, and as soon as that happens, people are just like, oh, you know, you just degraded yourself, and you must have such low self-worth, and you're disgraceful, and you're so loose, and all this stuff. That has nothing to do with it. I'm pretty sure she didn't have sex with everyone who saw that picture. It's probably not even humanly possible, but there's nothing wrong with a woman taking command of her body. It is her body. It is her right to take command of it. And whether she, you know, only takes pictures in fully covering pajamas or only takes pictures in, you know, a lacy bra and underwear, it's none of your business. I mean, it all depends on her preferences and what she is comfortable with. Either way, it's her body and it's her right to do whatever she wants with it. If this one kind of goes both ways, so this one's kind of hard to talk about, but if they like their body. Now, people just need to stop with this one altogether, because if you like your body, if you exude a confidence, people are going to call you cocky and narcissistic just because they don't have that same confidence in their bodies. That really bothers me, because although I know a lot of people who are cocky and narcissistic, it isn't because they like their bodies. It's because they love themselves to the point where they don't give a crap about anybody else because they think that they're above everyone. That's a huge difference between just learning to love your body and learning to be comfortable in the skin that you're in. There's nothing wrong with that. So stop trying to make people feel shamed for doing something that is good for them. Another thing is, if you're passionate and you speak out about things and you're a man, then people are going to call you intelligent. They're going to call you, you know, worldly, well-rounded. Oh, he's such a good man. If you do that when you're a woman, you get called out for being overly sensitive. Which, who are you to tell me what is overly sensitive anyway? You get called out as that, and like all these other things, like, oh, you're just nagging, or you're nitpicking, you know, you're just trying to find a reason to be upset because you like being upset. What? No, it's because everyone has the right to, you know, talk about what they're passionate about, and you can't just be like, no, you don't mean anything you're saying. You're just doing it because you like being upset. So that's nowhere near all of the double standards. There's like a bazillion, but those are just the ones that I thought of today when I was at school being bored to death. Anyway, I'll probably be making another video sometime soon. But until then, bye! Sometimes the way you want